So I'm attempting to put this Stainless Works exhaust system, which is supposed to be for an SHO, onto my 2014 Police Interceptor, which has a 3.7 non-turbo. It looked like the exhaust system was about the same, and so I'm gonna see if it fits. Basically, I already confirmed, I think this was the main point here, is it looks like between the SHOs and the 3.7s at least, Police Interceptors, that this design is the same. So it's, at least from here on back. I already verified, I showed you the pictures of the old OEM flange gasket up to the mating surface compared to the Stainless Steel Works one. Really the only difference is the Stainless Works pipes are, I think, 2.5 inch versus 2 1/4, but the flange or the gasket fits for both. Okay, this is the factory exhaust. It's a single piece from the mufflers all the way up to the mounting flanges. You can see the hangers actually point to the outside. This Stainless Works one actually are opposite it, but you'll see that it still fits in this. The hanger, basically, the rubber hanger's right here. And there's a hanger here that comes off to the left, and this one comes off to the right. And then there's another one about halfway up on the left side, driver's side pipe. And then, you know, the typical 2 flange with the hangers on the bottom. So the instructions weren't that great that I got, so I'm kind of just making this video. So I already bolted this on using the Ultra Copper as a, you know, along with the new exhaust seal there. And then it just goes on the existing hangers, rubber grommets here. I like to mark all my exhaust pipes at 1 inch and 2 inch, just so I know how far I'll have all my splices or all my joints pressed on. I never know how far they're on, so every pipe I have it marked. So it goes from this initial piece, so it gets bolted on. Then there's this resonator, 2 in, 2 out. And then Stainless Works does identify which one of these two is the driver's side versus passenger. So this is left, which is driver's side. Goes as shown. So basically it goes from the resonator back, and then right before it splits off onto the driver's side muffler. There is this hanger here that goes about midway onto the pipe. I don't know for sure where it goes yet, but I know it goes in this position, and it goes into this rubber grommet here. There's actually an extra hanger right behind the diff. I'm not really sure what it's here for. My OEM system didn't have it, and there was nothing hanging off of it, and the Stainless Works doesn't either. So from that, you got the 2 pipes. Again, luckily they got these marked. So this is the driver's side, they call it left. Basically it goes on, single piece all the way back to the muffler. And then this is the double seal or clamp. It's welded together right here. So there's a double clamp that comes in the kit. That goes basically right there. There's this one, which is labeled driver's side again. And like I showed you in the first video from the OEM one, so if you're looking from the back, it goes like this, angles to the left, and then you should be able to get to the bolt from underneath, facing up. That one hooks into driver's side, right behind the rear axle there. Again, and then you continue on to the muffler. Now, the pictures on the line show the inlets on the opposite side, but it actually needs to be on this side because center line to center line of the exhaust tip is 48 inches. So it needs to go like this. This just gets a regular clamp, band clamp. Again, I got it marked 1 inch, 2 inch, so I know. And then the rears, it's pretty simple. The tip just slides on and it gets a hanger that is also labeled left driver's side, and it goes on like this, facing towards the inside, and it's gonna go onto my hanger there on the driver's side and the rear. Not much different over here. Same thing, tip slides on, hanger points towards the inside of the car, same position, hanging up there. And another standard clamp for this one. Again, the pipe is marked right passenger side, and then this clamp, as far as I know, I'm gonna attempt to put it on this way and we'll see. I think it goes like this, basically kind of the same thing as that one, and it's gonna go right here on the passenger side, right behind the rear axle. Okay, here it is installed. So again, I marked them every inch and 2 inch, but it didn't really matter. Basically, I put this resonator, shoved it on all the way, goes on about 2 inches into the tube, and there's a stop basically. So those fixed. Same thing with on the back of the resonator, they went in all the way, 2 inches. The hanger, the mid hanger here on the driver's side ended up being like that. Turned out pretty good. The double bracket, so back here is where I added a 1/3 inch, and it's about 1 5/8 probably on the driver's side tube. Seemed to give me pretty much good clearance. On the passenger side, I wish I could have gone a little bit more. It's probably less than 2.5 inches. There was something stopping it in here. I'm not sure what it was. I could not get it to slide on any further, but I worked with it. Here's the passenger right side clamp. Basically went on like that. Same thing back here, they went on all the way. That's the 2 inch mark there. They pushed in all the way. The rear, the tip went on all the way, clamped it on. I did end up hanging almost here on where the bend is on that hanger to try to get it to line up, and I figured still not exactly centered in my cutout and my rear valence here, but I figured after it warms up a couple times, I'll come back down here and readjust it. Driver's side, here's the clamp. Ends up being like that. Seemed to work okay. Pipe went on all the way, 2 inches. I already told you about having to cut the slots on the muffler inlet side to get these clamps to tighten down. And same thing back here. That one looks pretty good. Now it probably needs to spread apart a little bit too, but there it is.